What's up, everybody? James back here with myself invested, looking at Polka Dot today. Right now, we're going to do a short technical analysis video. I'll share my price prediction, where I think Polka Dot is going to be going in the next few days and even weeks ahead. So let's jump right into it. So here I have the weekly chart pulled up on Polka Dot. As you can see, we've been in this downtrend for the past 6 months or so. But what I'm seeing here on the chart is, as it pertains to Elliott wave, we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we are moving down for an ABC pattern where we have A, B, and C. So pretty standard textbook Elliott wave theory. So potentially we might be seeing a reversal right down here in this area. So let's take a look at the daily time frame to see what's going on. So on the daily time frame, we have a series of lower highs and lower lows, as you can see with this downtrend here, series of lower highs and lower lows. But we also have a little bit of some convergence here with the trend line making a falling wedge pattern, more so a falling wedge pattern, since these lines are kind of both angled down. And typically when we have this, we have momentum to the downside slowing down, potentially a reversal area. And you can see that we actually broke the triangle right over here. This was in July, mid-July, the 17th, 18th. We saw price break out of this range, and it looks like we might be headed for a new trend to the upside. With that being said, could we be seeing Polka Dot go to the upside? I think that we have a much higher chance that we are, especially since we had this clear break. A clear break on this chart here for this falling wedge pattern. So what does that mean for price right now? So since we have this falling wedge pattern, it's pretty clear that we had a break out of it. The question is whether or not we are done here and we're going to be moving on to higher highs, a new trend, or is this actually broadening and we need a little bit more time for this to develop? Because potentially this is actually not quite done. We have maybe one more leg down on the daily time frame before we see price reverse to the upside. We could see something like this, and then we have price go to the upside. And if you look, we do have the rotation inside of this range. So one of the ways that I like to label a potential reversal is by using an A, B, C, D, E pattern, especially with these triangles. Now we might be coming down for A, then we go B, C, typical A, B, C pattern, but then it will subdivide into another two waves, creating potentially D, E before we end up seeing the reversal to the upside. Now, again, trading is all about probabilities. We don't necessarily know exactly what price is going to be doing, but we could take a look at all of these different patterns and price action, support and resistance, to create a better scenario where we have a higher probability of what price is going to do. So one other thing that we're looking at as well is the divergence. So we already know that we have a series of lower highs and lower lows, but then on the RSI, we have a series of higher lows forming this bullish divergence here. We like that. That's a potential indicator for a reversal. So then again, just looking for confluences to see how we can formulate the best opinion or bias on the market so that we could be trading in the right direction. One other thing that I take take a look at is the Fibonacci retracement levels. So let's zoom out a little bit here. And I'll get rid of this. And so I am looking on the logarithmic scale. And I do have my Fibonacci set to log scale. So if you don't know how to match your fibs to log scale in TradingView, all you have to do is obviously be in log scale over here. And then if you click the little gear icon on the Fibonacci retracement tool, at the bottom they have a little check mark and it says Fib levels based on log scale. And what I found is that the Fibonacci's on log scale form nicer to the crypto markets compared to linear scale. But anyway, right now you could see I've drawn the Fibonacci tool starting from the origin of this wave 1 all the way down here back in August of 2020. That was the lockdown, the COVID crash. And so I've got it there coming all the way up to all-time highs that we had in November of 2021. As you can see on the chart, we've got our fib levels here. Price came all the way down past the 50% retracement level, and we have kind of a wick very close near to the 61.8 fib level. What's interesting, so we had a wick close to here. What also is interesting, we have a nice resistance level that might end up turning into support right now, kind of over the next few weeks. We had this support level right at about $6. So that's also a psychological level at a whole dollar at $6 per Polka Dot coin. So we did have some wicks down here to this 61.8, but sometimes I will notice that candles like to close. They like to close right here on these fib levels before retracing. So potentially that would actually play into my thought process about how we might have one more leg down to go on Polka Dot. And it might take us a couple more weeks to get there. But essentially, let's draw this descending triangle again. So that would be our series of lower highs. We've got our lower lows here. So if we did have price come up to this resistance level, this upper trend line, and then reverse back down, this would actually be, and we got a candle close here around $5.85, 84 cents. Then that would actually play into this being our wave E before we reverse up to a new trend. This is probably where I'm going to be looking to go long on Polka Dot, or I'm looking to buy more. Again, I'm dollar cost averaging across most of my crypto investments, so I just want to make sure that I'm getting good entries based upon technical analysis, Elliott wave theory, all of that good stuff. So really, I'm looking to get in at this macro 61.8 level, and then hopefully we get a reversal to the upside that will provide some relief. Excuse me. That will provide some relief to the entire market. And like I said, one of the things that I really like to see is price close near, like almost right on that 61.8 level, and then we'll see a reversal. So one thing that this is going to do is this is going to potentially trap some people, because we've seen these reversals, and every time it comes down, it's coming down lower than the last low. So then this is taking out the stop losses of traders. They're getting in here, and then price is reversing just slightly below that where they've placed their stop. And so we might do that one more time before price finally breaks out of this range to go to a new trend, a new uptrend. So that's where I'm looking. Targets for that would be probably, let's take a look. I do think that we could be in a longer bear market. So I wouldn't necessarily be looking for this to go to a new all-time high, although it could. But my first target is going to be just the Fibonacci retracement level of about 50% on this ABC wave here. And what's interesting is we have price respecting these fib levels right here. So that is another indicator that we could be right on point with where our bottom is here, because we have price respecting this 38.2 level, the 61.8 level, and this is on the way down to putting in a potential bottom here right around $6 like we talked about. So I would look for price to reverse here, maybe come up to the 50% level, and then we could have another bounce down in the macro, the long-term trend of the crypto market, of Polka Dot itself. Now we could end up seeing price just reverse and just go crazy. Again, we're trying to form a probability here, so I think there'd be a higher probability of retracing back to the 50% level or even the 61.8% level. If we break above the 78.6 level, then we could start to consider this being a new trend, breaking the all-time highs and going on to doing crazy numbers. I mean, $70, which is pretty crazy, but that's going to be a nice return either way. Even if we come up to the 50% level, I mean, you're talking about at least doubling the money that you put in. But again, we're trying to form probabilities here, make smart trades. And for me specifically, I'm dollar cost averaging. So I'm just looking to get the best cost basis, the best average price for Polka Dot over the long term, and just protecting myself and reducing my exposure to the volatility with dollar cost averaging. Now, this is all just for entertainment purposes. If you're trying to learn more about crypto trading, technical analysis, cool. This is not financial advice, however. So make sure that you do your own research for anybody that you watch on the internet. So hopefully this was valuable for you, and take a look at the charts yourself. Formulate your own opinions and make your decision that way. But if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, and I appreciate anybody who spends time watching this content. Definitely committed to making more content. This helps me as well. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my playlist of other crypto videos, breaking down price predictions, all that good stuff. Until then, I will see you next time.